Citizens, what's up? President Awall here. I get a question all the time on the channel, on social media, asking what should I invest my resources into in Star Wars Force Arena, whether that's your hard-earned real-life dollars or that's your in-game resources. And I have a lot of experience playing mobile games. I have a lot of experience spending my own money on mobile games and feeling like I got ripped off or I got value depending on that purchase. Years of experience really doing this, and I'd like to share with you my logic and how I'm thinking about this game and just tried and true ways of tackling a mobile game and balancing the amount of time that you invest in it, real life resources that you invest in it, in-game resources that you invest in it to get the maximum amount of value in the long run with that particular game. So just generally speaking, developers design mobile games, especially free-to-play mobile games, and especially player versus player mobile games, that's what this is, to test your patience and to incentivize short-term payoffs rather than long-term thinking and long-term payoffs. So what you want to do as a consumer and what you want to do as a player is focus on the long term as much as you possibly can. And I know that stuff is really shiny in the short term, and trying to push aside the short-term payoffs as much as possible, because the long term is going to be where you're going to be at in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months from now, when you're trying to be at the very top of the ladder to get those top tier rewards in tier 7. That's where everybody wants to be, right? Just be in that tier, get those rewards, and I'm going to help you get there by basically helping you think about this in the way that you should based on your life situation. Cards. This is one of the most classic, I guess you could say, short-term payoff incentives that you can put into a game as a developer. Put the cards right on the screen. All you have to do is pay just a short amount of resources, just tiny amounts of resources, right? To get these common cards, rare cards, epic cards, refreshes every once in a while. Pick them up, come in here, buy cards. Seems straightforward, right? It's a card game. I highly recommend avoiding purchasing cards through the shop unless you're a few cards away from leveling something up that you use regularly. Otherwise, the only players that I recommend using these card purchases are ones that are late game already. They're already in Kyber, and they already know what cards that they're using late game with their high tier deck, and they know they need to beef out that deck and level those particular cards up as much as possible. Everybody else who's trying to climb their way to Kyber, do not purchase cards. Just don't do it. It's a short-term payoff, and it doesn't make sense to invest your resources here. Save those credits to upgrade the cards that you get through the rewards area. I'll talk about that in a moment. Then there's also card packs, right? The more cards you get, the more you level up your account, the better you're going to do, right? Well, the different card packs have different types of value, and I'd like to encourage you to think about this in a certain way. So, gold packs, you're going to get a lot of commons out of this, obviously. You're going to get rares, and you're also going to get epics, and you get a decent number of crystals. The platinum packs, these include one unique, rather. Okay, that's interesting. They got a little bit more interesting. Then there's the diamond pack, which includes both a legendary and a unique. Both are extremely difficult to acquire. Here's my recommendation. If you want a short-term payoff, buy a bunch of gold packs. You're going to level up those common cards, and you're going to be able to get those up to a high enough level where you'll be able to rock your current tier, maybe tiers 1 through 6 or whatever, and be able to accelerate in the short term. In the long term, probably not going to help you out quite as much as if you got a platinum pack. Platinum pack's going to have a unique in there, and you're going to want those uniques later, because you don't know how the balance in this game is going to change, and you may want a different legendary and a different unique. That might be what's viable in later meta. So this pack provides a little bit more long-term value, and it provides a decent amount of short-term value by giving you a bunch of commons and a bunch of rares and epics that you need. The most long-term value that you're going to get out of all three of these packs is the diamond pack, because you're going to get a legendary and a unique. And those are the most difficult things to acquire in this entire game. And you're going to want those late game. You're going to want those in the long run, because without the legendary, you don't have an entire option for a hero and for a unique for you to use. That it'll eliminate options for you not to have these cards. So if you're going to invest in card packs, and this is what I did, I invested in 4 diamond packs, which was preposterously expensive to buy the crystals for it. That's where you're going to get the long-term value. Diamond packs is long-term, gold packs is short-term, platinum packs is mid-term, I guess, investment. Go long-term, guys. If you plan on playing this game in 6 months from now, 3 months from now, get a diamond pack. Trust me. Hope that makes sense. Crystals, if you have money to invest and you feel like, I'm going to invest a little bit each month, blah, 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 going to get crystals, go straight to the most expensive one and just buy that one. That's what I did, because you're going to get the most value for your money possible based on the current economy that they've set up in the game. One thing to note, this high denomination crystal, this 14,000 crystal, when I bought it, it was $119. Now it's $139. So clearly a lot of people have thought like me. But anyway, regardless, take a look at the value difference of going with the 270 crystals for $39.99. I'm sorry, for $3.99. Think about it as, $3.99 is 399 pennies. And those crystals, you're only getting 270 crystals. So you're getting less value, right? You're getting less than a 1 penny to 1 crystal ratio, essentially. When you're looking at the top denomination, you're getting essentially exactly a 1 penny to 1 crystal ratio. It's 1 for 1. So clearly, you've got more value as you move your way up the chain here. If you plan on spending $27.99 a month for the next handful of months or whatever, just if you can afford it and you have to buy crystals for some reason, buy the highest denomination. Just do it. You get more value for your dollar. It just makes sense. Yeah. Don't slowly trickle out with one of the lower denomination purchases. Okay, here's the one thing I actually recommend spending your resources on, which is credits. You're gonna need credits no matter what in the long run. Lots of them. They are required to upgrade everything in your deck. So if you acquire any number of packs of the rewards, all 3 different types of packs, if you open packs from missions and from bonuses and being in a certain tier, you have to upgrade them. Otherwise, there's no freaking point in having those cards, right? Otherwise, you aren't getting the value out of them. That's why I highly, highly recommend, if you are going to invest in anything in this shop, get credits. And try to at least start here at the mid-tier number of credits. To be at level 8, you're going to have to spend about 50,000 credits or so. I can tell you from experience, level 8, level 9, about 50,000 minimum, 50 to 70,000, depending on what you're buying. Credits are mandatory. If you invest, say, the 1,400 crystals that you got for pre-ordering this game or whatever, if you just drop that in that 50,000 credit pack, I wouldn't be upset with you. Those are crystals that you're going to need. Those are credits that you're going to need in the long run, no matter what. Okay. That's the shop. Let's talk about rewards. Is Premium Booster worth it? Yes or no? Personally, I think it is not worth it. Unless you have a very flexible life. So let's say you're in school, and in between classes, you can constantly check your phone, and you can play video games. And you can open packs anytime, really. Not a big deal. Might be worth it for you to get a Premium Booster. If you're able to be extremely active with this game and you're able to accelerate all of the pack openings across the board and open that next slot and you're able to be hardcore, Premium Boosters for you. But if you can't, and if you're in a life situation like me, I've got a full-time job, I've got a wife, I've got a kid, there's many times where I'm in meetings for 6 hours straight. I cannot play a video game on my phone while I'm in meetings. This is not something that's worth my money, because I'm not going to be getting the proper value out of it. Basically, every hour your pack is available here when it's opening, and it cuts your open time by 50%. Every hour you do not open that pack when it's available is wasted money. It's money that you just threw in the garbage can. So if you can check your phone nonstop all day, pull open a video game, consider a Premium Booster. It will consistently accelerate the resources that you're able to acquire in this game moving forward. I recommend doing a Premium Booster over purchasing raw crystals to just invest in like gold packs or something. Premium Booster is going to pay off in a more effective way. Netmarble has designed Most of their games that way. Most mobile developers design their games this way to incentivize the hardcore users to get the maximum amount of value out of boosters like this. And I recommend it over just buying raw packs. Cool. Okay, let's talk about trading. I've mentioned this before. I very, very, very highly recommend not trading until you get to late game, until you get to Kyber. You're going to just waste your time, basically. You don't know what cards you need yet. You're not high tier yet. The meta has not settled yet. Why are you just dropping your cards in here and then investing credits to get rid of your cards? That doesn't make any sense. Why are you doing that? I'm going to move my avatar over. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why are you throwing away a unique so you can go get some other legendary? You don't know what's good yet. The meta has not settled down in this game yet. Most of you probably aren't in Kyber yet, so don't waste your credits. You have to invest credits to do this. It's not just a one-for-one trade. 9,300 credits is nothing to sneeze at. That's a big investment. Wait till the meta settles. Guys, wait for like 3 months at least until you start trading, or wait until you're Kyber and you know what you really, really need here to really examine whether trading is worth your time or not. I'd recommend avoiding it altogether. Okay, let's talk about the next thing, which is guilds. I think it was like something between 2,000 to 5,000 credits or something to open a guild. If you don't want to join someone else's guild, but you want to be a part of a guild, make your own. Do it. It's going to be probably cheaper today to open a guild than it ever will be in the future. Most likely, they're making it cheap, so the community kind of fires up and we're all encouraging each other to play. That's what they want. And down the road, there's going to be a lot of empty guilds that nobody's using. And they might have to address that. And one of the best ways to address empty guilds is to make it more expensive to open guilds, right? It reduces the number of new guilds that are entering the market and forces people to fill up the existing guilds. Guilds will probably never be cheaper than they are today. If you ever have aspirations of opening one, open one today. Long term, and this is short-term thinking versus long-term thinking. Long term, guild rewards will probably be the best rewards in the entire game. That's the way mobile PvP games work. Everybody works together, they do the guild objective, that big event, whatever. Those guild rewards are normally baller. They're huge. They're like raids in MMORPGs. So that investment today will pay off in the long run, most likely, and it's a relatively small 2,000 to 5,000, I believe it was, credit investment there. Okay, one more thing, or actually I've just got just a few more things to talk about. So is it worth it to just climb up the tiers and get all the way to the top? Oh my gosh, I need to just invest today so much money to just get up to the top, to get those top tier rewards. Take a look at the rewards that you get here, and even in tier 7. It's really not that good. So I would say don't rush it. 900 credits, okay, 90 crystals, 9 rares or whatever that is, epics or whatever, okay, selector card pack, all right. That's not that amazing though. So don't force the short-term progress to try to think that by being tier 7, you're going to get that just huge payout. Look at the payout. It's not that good right now. Right now. It will become great later, most likely. Top tier will probably build out over time, and they need to figure out what that is. But continue to think long term. Think long term instead of short term, and you will be far more successful, my friends. I can absolutely assure you of that. One other thing in terms of investments. Whenever you get cards, I mentioned earlier, don't trade those cards. I've mentioned this in a bunch of my videos. Don't trade them, just upgrade them. Don't trade them, upgrade them. That rhymes. That's great. And for obvious reasons, you want to be doing that because you want to upgrade your account. And when your shield generator gets more HP, when your turret gets more health, your attack power goes up, your attack speed, blah, 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 your range, you succeed. Statistically, you are more likely to win. Upgrade, don't trade. Makes sense, right? Okay, that's my advice on how to spend your time and your resources in this game. The only other small note here I've mentioned in other videos, and it's pretty damn obvious, but turn notifications on if you can. Turn them on, turn on your notice alerts and your game alerts if your life allows that, for you to pull out this thing out of your pocket and to click the buttons. When your free packs are available, open them. When your play packs are available, play. And when your victory pack's available, open them up and queue up another one. As much as you can stay on top of this rewards area as possible, even if it's just 2 times a day, the more long-term payout you'll get with kind of building those habits. If you really want to accelerate in this game. If you're just coming in here just to have some just random stupid fun, maybe skip a few days of playing and come back later, blah blah blah, that's fine. Hop in this game and just slash people to bits with Luke Skywalker. For those of you that want to take the game a little bit more seriously and you want to just beat other people and you're driven by PvP, turn the notifications on and cash in on those rewards as soon as they come in, and not hours later. The longer you wait, the less rewards you get. That's pretty much it. Okay, enough about this. I've kind of talked a lot about resources and the different purchases. I'm sure things will change in the future. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'm going to throw up on my screen my avatar. Click on that to subscribe. I've got daily Star Wars Force Arena content hitting the channel. 2 suggested videos over there, 1 recent one, as well as one that YouTube thinks you might like from my channel. Click on those videos. The more you watch, you turn on your subscriber notifications, the more that my videos succeed, and that helps me out. Thank you, citizens. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.